Hi, in this video, I'm going to show my project, a culinary app made for people who love cooking. The app makes it easy to browse recipes, cooking instructions, and use a built-in cooking timer. It's made for Android and has a very simple navigation menu at the bottom, as you can see right here. It lets you switch between different sections like recipes, timers, and feedback. I will also explain my code or functions, each of my fragments. First, let's take a look at the main activity. So in this activity, I have declared and initialized four fragments: home fragment, feedback fragment, recipe, and the timer, as you can see right here. I have also created a bottom navigation bar that allows user to navigate between these fragments seamlessly. The bottom navigation is set up using a new menu resource file that I included in the main activity. And this is my new menu resource file. And additionally, I also created a frame layout on the top of the navigation bar. It's this part here. This setup effectively provides a user-friendly interface for switching between different sections of the app, like home, feedback, timer, and recipes, allowing users to access the content they need quickly. And the listener is implemented to respond to user interactions, ensuring that the right content is displayed at all times and enhancing the overall user experience. As you can see the code right here, if the user clicks the home button, the fragment will only show the home fragment, and the other fragment will be hidden, same as feedback, timer, and the recipe. Then let's talk about our first fragment, home. So there's nothing special for the home fragment. It only displays welcome content, including instructions and the features, recipes, or cooking tips by using text view. Then let's click a recipe fragment and talk about the recipe fragment. So as you can see right here, there are several buttons I initialized in the onCreateView method using find view by ID, and each button corresponds to a specific recipe, and click listeners are set up to handle user interactions. For example, when the button clicked, the button will navigate to the specific activity associated with the corresponding ID and display its layout. And then we have our method called navigate to timer fragment. So in this method, it's used to switch to the timer fragment and pass the relevant cooking details, like a recipe name and cooking times. It retrieves the existing time fragment instance from the main activity and ups it with the new timer details. And each recipe timer button calls this method with specific recipe name and its cooking time. For example, we have chicken timer click here. It has the string chicken and the timer 30 minutes. It would pass the recipe name and time to the timer. Then let's click the timer to see. And since we're on the timer fragment, let's discuss the functionalities and code within this fragment. It allows user to set and monitor cooking times for selected recipes. The fragment initializes the key variables, including text field components for displaying the recipe name and cooking time passed from the recipe fragment, as you can see right here. Users can adjust the cooking time using a seek bar, which updates the display timer in real time. Additionally, fragment includes the buttons for starting, pause, and reset for the timer. And now let's go over some main functions in this fragment. It's right here. So first, we have our update timer details, which updates the recipe name and cooking time from our recipe fragment. Then we have update UI to change those names over here. Then we have extract minutes This method uses a regular expression to extract the numeric part of the cooking time string. Then we have get format time. So this method calculates the time and the seconds from the milliseconds and return the formatted time as a string. Then finally we have a starter timer, pause timer, reset timer. So for the starter timer, it starts the countdown timer if it has not already been initiated. It creates a new countdown timer that takes every second, updating the remaining time and displaying it in the timer text. And let's test all the functionality right now. Once we click the start button, as you can see here, the timer starts counting down. And if we click pause, the timer will stop. If we click reset, it will go back to the original timer. And we can also adjust the timer right here by sliding the sliders. Let's see if we make it to 15 minutes and all the functionalities works properly. Start, pause, and reset. Then let's go back to the recipe to see there's one more functionality over here, detail. And once we click the detail for each of the recipes, it shows the ingredients and the instructions. Let's try another one, the red curry. If we click detail, we can see here the ingredients, instructions in details, and in each step. Then we go back to the recipe fragment. And that's finally we have the one last fragment called feedback fragment. So it features the rating bar components for user to rate taste, recipe quality, and ease of use, along with an edit text for additional comments and a checkbox to option for sharing their view. And I made a linear layout for those ratings. Let's try everything first. And let's make it 4 stars, 4 stars, and 4 stars. Then for the reviews, since I make it multi-text, so we can like enter different lines here and share my view with the community. Once we click this one, it will share your review with the community. Then we will click submit. So once we click submit, a toast message that will show that your feedback is submitted successfully. Let's try it. And you will see it on the bottom. It's right here. And that's pretty much about my culinary app. And thank you for listening.